And if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book. Don't read them. And if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book. Don't read them. Girls read comics. Girls have always read comics. Problem solved. White boys, comic book reader. Don't buy my book. Don't buy my book. I literally can't even think. We can have a little conference on that. Would you please get your politics out of my comic books? Don't read them. What comic books are you reading? What comic books are you reading? Would you please get your politics out of my comic books? Don't read them. What comic books are you reading? What comic books are you reading? Comic book reader. Comic book reader. May I curse? White boys, don't read them. We're very worried about comics right now. Independent comic sales are down. Mainstream comic sales are down. Everything in the mid-list is way down. You don't make a lot of money that way. There is nothing inherently masculine of heroism. There's nothing inherently masculine heroism. Girls read comics. Girls have always read comics. Problem solved. Magic. Going into the red on singles and not coming out until the trades. Stores are closing. You don't make a lot of money that way. So don't. Comics are booming.
Turn around. Look at what you see.
Hey everyone, welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. It's me, Ethan Van Sciver. You know me, 28-year veteran of the comic book industry, world's most charming, disarming, elegant, eloquent, and yet humble man. Great big Gina Carano fan, trusted member of the media. I missed you guys. I have not been streaming in a little while. I've been very, very busy, but not only that, been under the weather. I seem to have caught this cold and flu bug. No, it's not COVID. It's none of that. It's not COVID-19. I defy COVID-19. It's not going to get me. But no, I've had a runny nose and I sneeze. I've just been like, ah, chow, making this horrible sneeze the way my father used to sneeze around the house. My dad, he never really cared about, grace. He never really cared if he was making too much noise. My dad was, he wasn't exactly a charm school fellow, New Jersey, but he would be like, yeah, yeah. And I'm doing that now. And I don't really know what to do about it, except just accept the fact that I'm ill and hopefully it'll go away soon. But I did want to come in and say hi to you guys, maybe do a little bit of a live stream and just see how I do. And sure enough, here you guys all are. Thank you for being here. Let me see. The great Renzi says, Renzini says no camera because he's in his pajamas. It's spelled pajamas. Pajamas. I could turn the camera on. I'm right here. I'm not in my pajamas, but I've looked better. I'm here with you guys. Just feel like hell, and that's just the way it is. Let's see. We are starving for entertainment. Eric Peterson imagines that I'm naked, but you know what? That's the good thing about leaving the camera off. You guys can go ahead and let your imaginations run wild. Perhaps I shouldn't have turned the camera on at all. OC Steve says Phillies flu. Rest up, Uncle E. All right, look. Here's the thing. I just walked away from the third game against the Mets, and you know what? F you, comic book hut. If you're watching right now, F you and your Mets. The Phillies need me there. This is what I've come to realize. I know this is not a sports stream. I don't intend to turn this channel into some gay sports channel. That's not what I'm going to do. But I will say this. I love my Phillies. I went to go see them. They won because I was there. And the next two games against the Mets, they were robbed. The second game against the Mets on Saturday, it was a racist decision. The umpire called a black man out at second base. He was not out at second base. It was not a double play. He did not deviate from the line from first base to second base. He was safe. And had that situation not been called inaccurately, the Phillies would have won that game. And then tonight, I don't know what the hell is going on. They were up 4-2 against the Mets. I did rejoice noisily downstairs. And Ava liked it. I thought I was going to scare Ava, but she was delighted to hear me like whooping and hollering. And then I just went, it's 4-2. I think I can get up and get a shower now. I get up and I get a shower, and then I look at the score, and suddenly it's 8-4 Mets. What the fuck is going on? It was the top of the eighth inning. I gave up. I'm not going to sit there and watch that go down. That was an absolute disgrace. Yeah. Anyway, who cares? Says Alan Reese. I do. Well, we got a new member here. Thank you, A. Timothy Brock, for joining the channel. I definitely appreciate it. We're working on the next batch of 10 trading cards for YouTube channel members. Those of you who were channel members before and gave us your address, I'm sure you're very happy with your. I hope you're happy with your channel member cards. A lot of people reporting that they received them, and we're happy to get them. All right, so a bunch of news today that I have noticed. First of all, and this is very sad, I just saw this tonight. About to go live, and I'm looking at Twitter. I'm counting the number of times I was called a Nazi in the last half hour. It was under 100 for once, so that was good. But there was bad news, and this kind of makes me sad. 49 years of age, John Paul Leon. Has passed on. John Paul Leon, a pretty good artist. Of course, everybody is going to say he's one of the greatest draftsmen in the history of comics. I wouldn't go that far, but he was an incredible artist. He was a lot of fun. I think he worked on an issue or two of New X-Men while I was working on it with Grant Morrison. And I think that's the only time my path and his ever really crossed. 49 years old. This is the kind of thing where we're not sure what happened. Look at this. Look at Superman. Look at the train being stopped here. I take it back. This is good. Maybe he's the single greatest draftsman in the history of comics. I don't mind giving him that. What do I have to lose? This is all right. So he's doing this old style here. Can we show more of the? Yeah, this is better right here. This is more interesting. John Paul Leon, rest in peace, gone. at the age of 49. And, a lot of people are very sad. Jim Lee says John Paul Leon passed away yesterday at the way too early age of 49. One of the greatest artists of our generation. He was also one of the nicest and most talented creators one could be lucky enough to have met. So young and still creating the best work of his career. Of course, I would have thought he would have ended up with a nice indie career since Jim Lee's DC Comics is crumbling out from under everybody. We wouldn't be seeing any more of this, but we would be seeing perhaps something independent and something interesting from John Paul Leon. Joe Hughes says Dwayne McDuffie, Robert L. Washington III, and John Paul Leon are all gone now. Not one of them lived to see 50. This is so unbelievably cruel. I'm 46. I'm going to see 50. Oh, I'm going to see 50. I'm going to see 350 on my bathroom scale. Anyway, rest in peace, John Paul Leon. Very sad. Being a comic book artist is not exactly a great lifestyle. It does involve a lot of, involves a lot of sitting around. I don't know what happened to John Paul Leon, but I do know a lot of comic book artists die way too soon. Not me though. Again, fame. I'm going to live forever. I'm going to light up the sky with my name, fame. Jim Lee's going to have to write, I'll probably write Jim Lee's eulogy. Jim Lee, what a great guy. Good artist. He'll be remembered fondly. All right, let me see here. It's a pie style, says Emotionally Exhausted. Yes, indeed. That is what it is. Oh, the other thing I wanted to show you guys, this wowed them. I got to say, I've got a lot of stuff going on at the moment. And one of the things, oh my God, what the hell is this? Hold on a moment. Let me show you this as well. Here's the thing. I have said a few times, perhaps do not hire troublemakers. Do not hire troublemakers, known troublemakers at your flailing comic book company. Perhaps it's not a good idea. And then we get this today. Here's Heather Antos. Fun fact. If someone doesn't want to have sex with you, they aren't, quote unquote, playing games. They just don't want to have sex with you. This mysterious tweet, this blind item posted by Heather Antos shortly after she was hired by IDW. My only reaction is, how are things at IDW? What is going on over there? Very interesting indeed. All right, let me scroll down and just show you this. What is this right here? Arguing with people about crowdfunding. Oh, here's some new pages from Cyberfrog Wreck Planet. We got Cyberfrog versus Spite, and then introducing this other character that was reintroducing this other character from old Cyberfrog comics. Enjoy that. Enjoy Heather Swain and Cyberfrog having a good time together. Getting reacquainted. It's art from me. But let me just show you something that's look at this, dude. This guy, the Art Evo. He made this little animated thing. Let me see if I can I blow it up? Why is everything so complicated? All right, so I can't make it full screen for some reason. No, I can't. All right. Look at this. I like it. I like that I stopped it. Cyberfrog jumps down with his tongue flapping all around. I guess there's a Vespis head attached to his tongue, and he squashes it, and then he regards it. People are doing animation. People are doing artwork of Cyberfrog. Cyberfrog has the best fan art of any independent comic, and I would say maybe even the best fan art of any comic right now. We've got great people working really hard, loving the character, and doing some fantastic work with them, even better than mine. Here's me bragging it to Comic Book Hut. Ha, 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 ha. Your Mets suck, Comic Book Hut. That's embarrassing. That'll come back to haunt me now. Oh, here's an unfortunate moment here. I'm sorry about this for this fellow. Oh, down he goes. Down he goes. Let's watch that again. This is good. You're sitting there in the stands. We're seeing moments of heroism from people catching fly balls. Oh, right in the head. I mean, that's like, I could watch that a million times. That is like the Zapruder film. And I just like the way his hands flail as he falls backwards into his wife. One of the best moments in baseball this year. Dale Keown's Salamandroid. Finished pencils are here. Finished pencils for, what is this? I don't really know. I'm not really sure what it is. I just told Dale, I gave him a rate and said, look, whatever you want to draw, I'll pay you for. I'll pay you immediately. So I wish that was the Hut. This is what it looks like. This is full pencils. Before the Cyberfrog piece that he turned in, They were just rough pencils. It was a rough sketch. And I turned that over to Kyleritter to color, and he turned it into what is becoming a t-shirt. It's being made into a t-shirt right now. This Salamandroid piece is finished pencils. We saw it. If you're a part of my Patreon, you saw the roughs. My Patreon is cool. If you're one of my patrons, yeah, you're going to get your patron cards and all that stuff. That's important. But it is also kind of a blog where I show people process shots of things, and you get to see images of work that other people don't really get to see. So we were watching Dale Keown draw this piece, and he was writing me notes. He was just like, I'm like a coal miner right now. I'm literally covered. My face is covered in pencil lead dust. It's like, and he showed me the image of what his page looks like. And it's just pencil everywhere. It's like he feels it. I look at the way he works and his process, and he just feels it. The pencil's going everywhere, almost like automatic writing, like he's connected to the other side, and he's just drawing shit. Very exciting to watch. And then he takes that piece and he overlays a better piece of paper over it. He light boards it, so he puts light behind that piece, another paper over it, and then he just traces the parts that he wants, and he does this perfectly clean render drawing. This is Dale Keown. For those of you who are kind of new to comics, who weren't around in the 1990s, I will reiterate to you, and now you can see why. I think Dale Keown is one of the most influential artists, to me, second only to Todd McFarlane. And by the way, I think the reason why Todd McFarlane is more important to him is because Todd McFarlane's artwork reached my heart at a younger age. I think I was 12 or 13 when McFarlane started drawing the Hulk and then Spider-Man. And I started trying to draw the Hulk and Spider-Man the way Todd McFarlane drew, in my 8th grade school notebooks. It just had a big impact on me. But Dale Keown, once I saw his artwork is actually correct. Todd McFarlane's work has a lot of loopy kind of problems to it. He received a lot of criticism for the liberties he took with human anatomy. But Dale Keown has none of those quirks. And yet his work is so expressive and exciting. And the way he draws musculature and the way he draws the Hulk and big, tough, muscular monsters like that, that's his wheelhouse. So Salamandroid, frankly, is in his wheelhouse. And he's having a really, really good time. First of all, I'm paying him better than Marvel, which is unbelievable. I mean, the fact that, now I'm kind of getting a clear idea of what Marvel is paying their talent, and it is peanuts compared to what they're worth and what they've been paid in the past. I am pissed off about that, but at the same time, I don't mind. I'm able to pay somebody like Dale Keown the money that he deserves to make great artwork, and I'm still going to make a profit off of it. That's the thing. I'm still going to make a profit paying Dale Keown what he deserves to make. Oh, I don't know if anyone can pay Dale Keown what he actually deserves to make, but theoretically, paying him much better than what Marvel is paying him or what DC was paying him. And still, I'll be able to make the money back and make a nice profit for my family. Why isn't everyone doing this? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why Marvel and DC are able to basically scam every retailer with their variant cover incentive retailer charades, and still can't afford to pay talent, the big talent, the talent that's actually worth the money. What they deserve. I always will. And anybody who, anybody can test me. I mean, if you are that kind of talent out there, and you want to come do a little work here, well, I'll think it over. Right now, you have to be the best of the best. Right now, it's Dale Keown. Right now, it's EJ Morges. Right now, we've got guys like Jose Garcia working here. We got Trent Canuga. We got Matthew T. Martin. We've got the incredible an irreplaceable Kyleritter. So, of course, our standards are very, very high. Anyway, this is the start of something big. Dale is currently, he wanted to do another piece before we move on to the cover. He's working on a Heather Swain and Cyberfrog piece right now. Can't wait to see that. And then we're going to move on to the cover for Cyberfrog 3 Red Extermination, which I will hide from you guys. You will not get to see that until Wrecked Planet ships. And then we're going to go ahead and work on 20-page interiors, 20-page interior story, an entire story, maybe more than that. I don't know. We'll see how things go. But I will take care of Dale Keown to the best of my abilities. This is a guy who absolutely deserves to get respect for what he does, and we can do that. Comicsgate is uniquely positioned to make sure that great artists can do work to entertain us and will be financially rewarded. So anyway, that's the situation with Dale Keown. Let me check you guys and see what you guys are saying before we move on here. I'm doing okay. I thought I was going to struggle through this, but I'm doing all right. Let's see. Comicsgate and all caps are winning. Enough said. Yeah, I mean, we are winning right now. We're having a great time. I feel very positive about the way things are going. We are going to be able to fulfill warts and all. I think in 10 days. I think we're 10 days away from fulfilling warts and all. All of the product should be in our hands, not this coming week, but next week, and that's going to be great. Yesterday we got. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? A couple days ago, we got the green bags that are going to contain all the stuff that you get. I'm going to package this so beautifully that people who back the executive edition of Warts and All or the junior executive edition are going to be so happy to get it in the mail. First of all, the boxes are uniquely beautiful. I'm going to put all of your toys, all of your cool stuff that you're going to get inside these green bags and then stuff those into the boxes. There'll be bubble wrap or something like that. I got to talk to Andrea and figure out what that's going to look like. But the whole thing about this is to make our campaigns quicker where we can. So fulfillment is quicker, but also make the receiving of a Cyberfrog or all caps comics fulfilled package into an event. When you get it, you need to look at it and say, oh my God, I'm so glad I ordered this. So that's part of where we're going. And I think you can rest assured where we're going from here is going to be great. Now we got Kyle is superior to the Shiznit. I haven't heard Shiznit in a long time, not since the 90s. The Shiznit. Let me see. Can we get Dale Keown Ashcan and or print book? No, you're going to get a Dale Keown entire book. You're going to get Dale Keown is going to do an entire issue of Cyberfrog or Salamandroid or both. Okay, so at least one, which is amazing. We're going to have an actual 20-page book of interior artwork, pencils and inks by Dale Keown. So don't even worry. We're going above and beyond that. You're thinking small. We're thinking big. We're thinking big, and we might even get bigger than that. But right now, I'm just going to keep my promises at the minimum. I can guarantee a 20-page book. We'll see if it's going to be more than that or not. Here we go. I'll be impressed when you get Ballin, says Richard Cahill. Yeah, I had trouble with Ballin because, first of all, he's my third favorite artist, or my third most influential artist. Had trouble with him because we were friends. We met. We got along really, really well, and had a nice conversation. He looked at the Sinestro Corps War black and white book, like a pamphlet that I put together of Sinestro Corps War, while it was still under production. And he said it was really good, and we had a nice time. And then we started following each other on Facebook, and inevitably, politics got in the way. Brian Ballin did not like or understand that I am a Second Amendment advocate. He didn't understand that. When you're in England, you do not, I guess English people in general, the UK in general, I don't want to say everybody, but it is, let's just say the Second Amendment is something that is not understood by everybody all around the world. They don't understand that concept. And I tried to explain it to him. I was just like, don't you understand? Like, everybody has the right. Everybody has the right to self-defense. And he's like, well, what do you need a machine gun for? Or something. Everybody's like, what do you need a bazooka for? I'm like, well, what happens if I find myself in a defense situation against a police helicopter? What a 44 isn't going to do it. No, I just said, look, none of that is at issue. The issue is this, law of the jungle. If somebody else has a stick and they want to hit you with it, don't you morally have the right to pick up a stick? You have the right to pick up and own a stick. If that is the weapon that everybody has, you can have a stick too. If everybody has a sword and they're threatening you with a sword, you have every right to defend yourself with a sword. And therefore, if people have guns, whatever kind of gun people have that could be a threat to you, your life, your safety, your home, your property, your family, you have the right to own that too, for your own self-defense. You have the right to landmines. You have the right to nuclear weapons. No, you don't. You don't have the right to those things. Of course not. Of course you don't have the right. You don't have the right to put landmines on your property. I don't think. Not yet, anyway. When the zombies come, that's going to be inevitable, but, not right now. But anyway, he didn't understand that. He found that to be incredibly, what did he say? Just, I can't tolerate that. And I went, oh. So he stopped following me on Facebook, and that was very, very hard. But that was one of the few times where my politics being public cost me something that I actually felt sad about losing, and that was friendship with Brian Bowen. But what can I tell you? I'm right and he's wrong. It's like the problem is that I would I would change my views if they were wrong, but they're right, and that is a problem. All right, let me see here. Eric Peterson says, "Do I have the right to my hand grenade?" Of course you do. Of course you do. Do you? Do people have the right to a hand grenade? Possibly. I guess it depends on if somebody else has one. It seems reasonable until everybody owns a nuclear weapon, says Antoine Dennison. Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that, Antoine. Let's hope that we can suppress the urge for people to own weapons that cost millions and millions of dollars. And by the way, and you need a payload system. A 200 watt studio says, F yes, thank you for the stream. Had a bad weekend. Oh, no. I'm sorry you had a bad weekend. I would have had a good weekend if it wasn't for the fact that I don't feel very well. If it wasn't for that, this was a perfect weekend. Let's see. Slayer Sigma Zeta says, would you consider yourself a conservative, especially now considering the antics of the left in both politics and entertainment? I consider myself centrist, and everybody else is fucking crazy. That is, I don't say, yes, I am to the right of the middle. My views make perfect sense. I'm not asking anybody to pay my way. I feel like I have perfectly reasonable views, and the views of most American citizens, I think, align with mine. Therefore, I am a moderate, and everyone else is crazy. And I think if you don't feel that way, then it's like, no, I'm a radical leftist. No, I'm an alt-right far. I mean, who feels that way? If you feel that way, there's something wrong with you. I think you should feel like your views are normal. 200 Watt Studio says, fast recovery, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But yeah, I would think that other people who probably looked at the comic book industry thought I was extremely right-leaning, and that's because they're all radical leftists, and that has always been the problem, and that's the problem that we're seeing today. I would read from Bounding into Comics and talk about what's going on there, but almost all of it, what is going on Bounding into Comics right now, has Vox Day taken that over? I mean, I don't want to speak out of turn, but John F. Trent, your entire site is now I don't know, promotion for Vox Day. That's weird. One article will do, pal. I'm looking at it. There are like 6 articles up there right now. I get it. Vox Day, hooray! But looking at something non-Vox Day on Bounding into Comics, new Darth Vader comic continues the destruction of Star Wars with dumb reveal about Luke Skywalker or Anakin's severed hand. Yeah, this was pretty shocking. This was the reveal that Snoke evidently was a clone made from Luke Skywalker's hand. The latest Darth Vader comic published by Marvel Comics and written by Greg Pak, with art by Rafaela Ayenko. I've never heard of him. Continues to affirm that Lucasfilm, Marvel, and Disney have absolutely no clue what they're doing with Star Wars. By the way, Josiah Haynes says, you say you're down with, you're sick, but are you down with it? No, I'm not down with this sickness. It sucks. I can't wait for it to go away. In Darth Vader number 11, the book begins with Vader attempting to challenge Emperor Palpatine, but he is quickly defeated when the Emperor uses the Force to have some kind of giant squid creature cloak itself with its tentacles. From there, Vader journeys into the depths of the temple on Exegol, where he walks past what appear to be the beginning stages of the Snoke clones. This is not Star Wars. Is this Star Wars, really? Is this what Star Wars is? Maybe I don't like Star Wars. This is gay. Not only does he pass these Snoke clones, but he also walks past a severed right hand, that the Emperor appears to describe as the scalpel of creation. The scalpel of creation. I used it to make all these things. I can use it to make anything. It's Luke Skywalker's masturbating hand. This is awful. This is obscene. How did somebody retrieve Luke Skywalker's severed hand? How did they? Where did it go? It just kept falling into nowhere, didn't it? I mean, it was open-ended. It's just an open-ended, endless fall. And by the way, if it did hit some ground at the bottom, it would have like broken into pieces, wouldn't it have? It's unclear who this hand belongs to. Maybe it belongs to Sherry Lewis. Maybe this is Lamb Chop. This is the hand of Lamb Chop creation. It's possible that it could be Luke Skywalker's hand. No, you're kidding. The Vader severed in his fight against Luke in The Empire Strikes Back. No, it's Jim Henson's hand. I can use it to make anything. I can make Miss Piggy. I can make Grover. I can make Kermit the Frog. That'd be cool, actually. I would like to have Jim Henson's severed hand. I never really thought about that. I will tell you, I have had morbid fantasies. I would like to have Lee Harvey Oswald's skull. I mean, it was exhumed at one point. You know, they examined it because they didn't believe that Lee Harvey Oswald was actually the being that was sitting in his grave. They didn't believe that was. They had theories. They had theories that it was all a lie for some reason. Why? Why would it be a lie? Why would they be covering up this nobody's? No. You know, maybe it's somebody else. It's a clone that's in. Well, they dug him up, and you know, they did a test, and you know, based on dental analysis, dental records, they guaranteed that it was Lee Harvey Oswald's skull. That is Lee Harvey Oswald that is in this coffin that was buried here, 100%. To the exclusion of any other individual. And I thought to myself, can you put his skull in a museum? I don't know. I would like to see Lee Harvey Oswald's head bone. But they never did. They just reburied it again with respect for some reason. Why? Why do that? Anyway, I don't want Luke Skywalker's hand. I don't really want Jim Henson's hand. May he rest in peace. But it would be interesting. All right. It is possible. It could be Luke Skywalker's hand that Vader severed in his fight against Luke in The Empire Strikes Back. Cody Duffin says stealing Solo is 176 backers from the Animagnet. That's a lot. That's a lot of backers, to be honest with you. 200 Watt Studio says that's one of those vibrating novelty hands for ladies to pleasure themselves with. Well, may the force be with them. Brimstone Prime says, for the medical pie fund, speedy recovery. Oh, well, thank you for £5. That's very kind of you. I appreciate you guys are sending me super chats tonight. I'm here because I'm like, I have an obligation to my subscribers to entertain them, even though I am ill. I didn't expect to get super chats. I thought you guys would mostly call me, you know, fat, sick, and gay. And that would be that. But at least, you know, I would have done my job. No, instead, I'm getting like super chats. So thank you. All right, it could be Anakin's own hand that was severed, along with much of his arm in his fight against Count Dooku at the end of Attack of the Clones. Well, where's the rest of it? You know, it's like, where's the rest of it? And look at him. Like, how weird is that, by the way? If like you lost your arm, what would you do with it? Would you bury it? I guess I would. Like if I had my arm severed in some kind of industrial or farming accident, which is really the only way I could think of that I would lose my arm, what would I do? I guess I would I would bury it, and I'd basically have a tombstone that says "See you soon" or something like that. I will be joining you soon. I would just have my grave half full. It's like almost finished. Just put my arm in there. I mean, it's incredibly morbid. Would you destroy it? You would destroy your arm? Would you mummify your arm? Would you laminate your arm? I don't know. Daniel Zelinsky says, I was at that Phillies game too, Uncle E. Would have been awesome to see you there. Get well soon. Thank you. Yeah, I had a great time. I'm thinking about going again this week. Michael Bancroft says, the terminal velocity for a 1 pound hand is about 100 miles a second. Sounds like it'd splat to me. That's right. So Michael Bancroft is on my side with this. There is no possible way that this hand could have been recovered. And if it was, it would be a pile of goo. It would not look like a hand. It just wouldn't. Why do I have to fix everything for everyone? Me and Michael Bancroft together, just fixing things, fixing other people's mistakes. Marvel Comics and Lucasfilm previously toyed with the idea that Palpatine created Anakin Skywalker in Charles Soule's Darth Vader number 25. In that book, Vader enters into a Force vision on Mustafar, where he sees the Emperor using the Force to impregnate Darth Vader's mom. Look at this. He's fucking Darth Vader's mom. Josiah Haynes says, Rocket Raccoon, how much for the hand? Luke, not for sale. Rocket, oh, I'll get that hand. Hand gets cut off. Rocket, yoink. See, that would have been a pretty good scene. Sarkticon DM, thanks for $10. Palpatine forgot the key lesson of cloning. A pig and an elephant's DNA just don't splice. This is a good point. I wonder if Palpatine calls Father's Day I fucked your mom day around Darth Vader. Happy I fucked your mom day. You don't say that to your kids. Fathers, my fellow papas, don't call Father's Day I fucked your mom day. Amateur Ant says, EVS, I like you and War Campaign. And I'm an independent consumer. Please tell Sketch Therapy I love him. And then 3 emojis that are hearts and kisses and hearts and eyes. He says, it won't let me put a wheelchair emoji. So imagine it. So we got Amateur Ant in the chat paying me to start trouble with Sketch Therapy. Sketch, that's what super chats are. I have to read them. Don't necessarily agree with them. But you can see people are starting trouble here. Here is the chosen one. This is semen developing into an infant, which is what happens when you. It's what happens when you fuck someone's mom. That's the way it goes. 200 Watt Studio says you missed my last super chat. I'll catch up with it. I try my best to read all of them. Oh, here it is. 200 Watt Studio says Maz finds the hand. Maz find the hand. Give it to Palpy. Keep the saber. Well, that's an interesting theory because she did own the saber for some reason. She was owning and operating the saber. Did she also find the hand, still clutching the lightsaber, and then say, let me make you a deal. You leave us alone and let us operate, and I'll give you this severed hand. I don't know. These are all good theories, guys, that make me hate Star Wars, but they're good theories. You can say, well, what exactly happened here? Feel free to think it through and come up with your own ideas. But whatever those ideas are, it's going to make me hate Star Wars. However, Lucasfilm Story Group member Matt Martin, not my Matt Martin, even though they look almost identical. My Matt Martin looks just like this Matt Martin, perpetually 14 years old. And I can't explain it. When I saw this Matt Martin working for Lucasfilm, I said, is that my Matt Martin of Snowman fame, of All Caps Comics alumni, Hall of Heroes alumni? No, it wasn't. It wasn't my Matt Martin. It's this other Matt Martin. This is the anti-Matt Martin. This is Squeaky Soy Matt Martin, SJW Matt Martin. The Quiet Man says, Star Wars is dead. All hail Battletech the King. This is not our Matt Martin, guys. This is not the Matt Martin who you should be supporting on Snowman A Cold Day in Hell. And I hope that you have supported Snowman A Cold Day in Hell. $6,500 away from another 6 figures young lady club entry. into Comicsgate's 2021 stat book. Have you backed it? Have you backed Snowman? Are you on our Matt Martin's side? Matthew Martin? 200 Watt Studio says Maz and Palpy in the hand job. Boy, that's creepy. That's dark. Are you on our Matt Martin's side, or are you on soy-based creep Lucasfilm weirdo Matt Martin's side? That's the question I'd like to ask you tonight. Think it over. I'm going to take some zinc. I'm going to take some zinc supplements. Hold on. I wonder what'll happen. It worked. I feel better already. Zinc. Immune support zinc. Vitamin C plus B complex in enhanced absorption dietary supplement. It worked. Matt Martin says, it's part of my job to ensure the stories are aligned with the overall vision of Star Wars. If the intention was to make a direct connection between Palps and Anakin's birth, I would have it removed. I would have had it removed. What, your penis? All right, hold on. Let me scroll down a little bit more. Charles Soule, who penned the script for Darth Vader number 25, also stated, I am, in fact, the writer. Matt and I worked closely on this series. And this point in particular. I hate explaining stuff in my work in too much detail. But you need to understand the scenario happening here. The dark side is not a reliable narrator. Then why am I reading the goddamn comic if it's lying to me? Andy McCallum, thanks for £2. He says, who wrote this shit? Liam Gray? EVS, you rock. No, it's going forwards, not backwards, so it's not Liam Gray. How dare you? You just admitted that this story is a lie. Pete Callen says, stop lying. That was Viagra you took. What do you recognize the rattle in the bottle? How did you know? It's not just the dark side who is an unreliable narrator. Matt Martin is as well. Not my Matt Martin. Not our Matt Martin. Not the all caps comics Matt Martin that you have come to know and, well, barely know, but love. The shy one who shows up in complete and total pitch darkness on my live streams and doesn't say very much. This is soy-based Matt Martin who says a lot of bullshit here. And, you know, so to summarize, this is Matt Martin, the Lucasfilm Matt Martin. Read Kyle's super chat. What? I don't see a super chat from Kyle. Let me see. The Quiet Man. What did he say? Oh, yeah, I read that one. You guys are telling me to go read super chats that don't even exist. Real Matt Martin says, fuck you, EVS. He's in the chat. Real Matt Martin. Fuck you. I don't know who. First of all, who is real Matt Martin? Not a reliable narrator. If he's my Matt Martin, he wouldn't be saying F you to me. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All right, where were we here? Read my super chat, says K-Sis. I will. I'll read. Well, for God's sake. Hold on a second. Let's get through this, and then I'll read these super chats when I see them. Lamachganti says, Kyleritter super chat. Check your email. Okay, all right. Kyle must have sent me something good. I almost bought a trumpet the other day. Oh, look at this. Dale Keown colored piece. Kyle, I didn't know that you did this. For some reason, I didn't see this. Hold on now. The great Kyle Ritter has a Dale's going to like this. Should we show it to him or no? I guess we probably shouldn't show it to the chat right now. So I'm looking, Kyle. Kyle. Holy shit. The thing that I love about Kyleritter is that his color palette changes every time he attempts another piece. Kyle, everything changes all the time. All right, hold on a second. Like Kyle has variety in what he does. Can you imagine this is a t-shirt? Oh, you guys can't see it. Sorry. Can you imagine, or can I imagine this is a t-shirt? Yes, I can. I can imagine this as a t-shirt. Should I show it to everybody? No, I should make people wait. I mean, Kyle did reach out specifically and say, check your email. So it seems like Kyle does want me to show people. Well, all right. I'll show people. I can't believe Kyle did this so quickly. I will show you guys. I will hold on a second. Let me see if I can barter something in some way. Let me see. What do I want? I don't know what I want. I don't want anything. I have everything that I want. I would like to see Snowman A Cold Day in Hell get to 94,000. That would be good. I would like to see that. But I don't need money from you guys. I mean, Matt does. I mean, definitely. All right, let me just show you guys. I'm not going to blackmail any of you. Not yet. Not over this. All right, ready? Here we go. Scrolling down. This is Dale Keown's Salamandroid, colored by the inimitable Kyleritter. Now, I want you to look at the fire. Look at the flames. Hold on. Let me back out now. Okay, so we're backing out. This is the entire image. Oh, yeah. All right, so I backed out so you can see the entire thing. Now, let me zoom in again. Look at the details on this. Yeah, look at the moon back there. Look at the sky. Look at the rusty colored sky here. A lot of people would just, totally fuck this up and just color the sky blue. I'm going to color the sky blue. No. Kyle created a sky here. A sky that we haven't seen in comics before. He painted a beautiful, realistic colored sky for Sal, who is hunting in the darkness. The woods are on fire. Of course they are. This is the vision of Cyberfrog. This is all caps comics right here. So what do? We could make this into a t-shirt, sure. We can absolutely do that. That's what we're doing. Yes. Great job, Kyleritter. You are a genius. Yeah, I don't know if Dale's watching right now. Dale, if you're watching and you see this, like, send me a little private message and say what you think. Hold on a second. Let me check, because I don't even have my private messages up yet. Oh, my God. Nah, he's not on. Okay. What can I tell you? Comic Book One says poster, please, a poster. Well, I mean, sure, a t-shirt says Elizabeth Lyons. Well, we're definitely going to do a t-shirt. I mean, I've got the Cyberfrog t-shirt on its way. We've got to do that. Blacklight poster. Well, we have one of those. We can do a lot of things with it. Elizabeth Lyons wants that shirt though. Poster says P. Callan. All right, so let's do everything. Let's do all of that. I want to definitely exploit the Dale Keown artwork and make sure that you all. Oh, somebody wants a blanket of it. Awesome. All Comics says, I sent you a message. People are sending me messages now. Let me see. How did I not see that? Oh, God. All right, sorry. How do I get rid of this? I accidentally turned on Grace Randolph. I don't know if it's just me, but there are very few females right now whose voices don't drive me nuts. You know, Andrea's voice is lovely, but I see Grace Randolph and she's like, and I'm like, God, screeching harridans drive me insane. Okay, anyway, Darth Vader. Do we still care about this? We don't care about Darth Vader, do we? I'll stay with you guys for a little while. I'll chat with you guys. I know this isn't my best stream. I know some of you are like, this is not your best stream. And I'm like, I told you. The stream is called I'm Sick. Sick, I tell you. You know, I'm actually speaking to you like it's the 19th century. I'm like, I'm sick. Sick, I tell you. And that's how sick I am. Maybe I'll just go. Maybe I'll just... stay with us. Okay, all right. It's the second best. This is the second best stream that I've ever done. Yeah, it just goes to show you don't like. I might not recognize my best work. I might not understand what my best work is. Film Talk says, this is your best stream ever. I can't. Is it just me? I mean, I don't want to sound any more misogynistic than I already do. You know, I think I found the right level of Mr. Misogyny. The right level. It's not too much, you know, it's not too little. It's not soy, you know, it's not hateful. It's just kind of like, yeah, women kind of drive me nuts. I like them, but, you know, I don't know. When it comes to comics and stuff like that, they kind of drive me nuts. That's about it. Like, that's the perfect level. You know, don't want to push it too far past that. In every other way, women are awesome. Like, you know, women taking care of men, women being women, awesome. Women talking about Ms. Marvel's new costume in the movie. That's going to break my tympanic membrane. You know, that makes my brain melt. All right, what is this? Amatran says, EVS, can you hook me up with a Darth sketch therapy? What is going on exactly here? What sketch therapy? What's going on with all of this? I don't know if he likes that. Cecil says, this is a waking nightmare. So Cecil thinks that this probably isn't my best stream. I don't really know what to say about that. All right. So WB doesn't want Zack Snyder, according to Cosmic Book News, which hasn't. Unlike Bounding into Comics, Cosmic Book News has not become the Vox Day news site. Vox Day hype all day long. It's still actually reporting news, even though pretty much everything on Cosmic Book News' site right now is bashing Zack Snyder. Chad Townsend, well, I'd prefer that. Chad Townsend says, why should Dale crosshatch if Kyle is going to over-render? Whoa, some criticism of Kyle. Let me take a look at that and see. Why should he crosshatch if Kyle is going to over-render? You find this piece to be over-rendered? Gee, I don't. I don't. I find it to be lush. I find it to be wonderful. I don't think he covered up much of anything. But, you know, again, I'll ask Del Keown what he thinks. You know, if he wants Kyle to scale back a little bit. You know, we'll see. All right, here's Sketch Therapy responding. He says, you know, this guy is super chatting you to insulting. He is using you. I think he's saying this guy is super chatting you to insult me. He is using you. Well, you know, the thing about it is that I don't really feel exploited. I feel like this is a service. You know, when super chats are offered, you know, I'm supposed to read them unless they're profane in some way or so, you know, they could get my channel in trouble. I'm supposed to read them. So it's a service. It's almost like a bulletin board, you know, and bulletin boards are meant to get somebody else's message out, not my message. So basically, you know, anybody who sends me a super chat that says, hey, you know, my book is on Indiegogo right now. Go back my comic right this minute. It's the greatest. Well, that's not necessarily how I feel about it. I mean, I might have looked at that campaign and decided it was shit. But because of the way super chats work and the honor system of YouTube, it's my obligation to read out those super chats as they are sent. I have to do it, and I have to make it entertaining. That's the other part of it. I don't want to just make it dull. I have to make it. So I hope you understand, Sketch. I might be being used here, but I'm being used properly. You know, this is it's a soundboard. It's a bulletin board. You know, it's a way to get your message across. And his message is he's got some kind of issue with you. I don't really understand. Get Cecil on, fatty. No, Cecil. If Cecil gets on here, I'm not going to be able to leave. Cecil's going to keep this super live stream going for 5 hours. I love spending time with Cecil. Cecil would come over to my house to visit, just to drop in, and I wouldn't, like, he'd stay for 5 days. And it wouldn't be just like he wouldn't be welcome. He would be welcome. I would let Cecil stay for 5 days. And I wouldn't even notice that it had been 5 days. That's how I feel about Cecil. Seamaster Flex says, Uncle E, I got the gout. I didn't know it was still a thing. I'm afraid I'll get cholera next. Yeah, gout is from eating rich food. I only know gout exists because a lot of the whack packers on the Howard Stern show used to get gout and complain about it. Gotta watch the gout. Gotta be careful of gout. Randy Siplin says, hey, my book Kyleritter is on Indiegogo right now. Go back my book. It's the greatest. See, that's a proper usage of super chats. Here's a profane super chat to get you in trouble, says Pete Cowan. I hope that doesn't get me in trouble. I would like it to not. I mean, you know, I read it. I didn't mean it. 200 Watt Studio says, that hand used to be the one that would cover Sketch's mouth when he would talk too much. A lot of people are after Sketch tonight. They're using my platform. They're using my platform to smack Sketch Therapy around. And I like Sketch Therapy. I have no problem with him. You know? Yeah, Sketch, it's a service for my heart. This is Amateur Ant for $5. He says, for you to stop denying what you feel for me. And then he blows a kiss. And then a crazy face. That's weird. That is weird. Snuggy Jr. says, Andrea would notice if Cecil were over your house for 5 days. Yeah, probably she would. It'd be fun for 2 days. We'd hang out, you know. Then she'd be like, so, Cecil, you have somewhere to be? Where are you? Hi, Cecil. OC Steve says, new Comicsgate apparel in the works, Zubaz or jerseys. I'll show you in a little bit. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff in the works all the time. Nonstop in the works. And we got a couple of things on crypto fashion that I want to promote. CJ Corella says, E, please give a shout out to Stump number 2. It's about to end, and it's a shame it hasn't done better. Great comic. Yeah, let me just shout out Stump 2. I sincerely like Stump. I think it's a great comic, and I do think that you should check it out. It's got a history with this channel. Absolutely go check out Stump number 2 on Indiegogo. Give it your support. Tommy says, please listen to the Toy Lines podcast where we talked about the Cyberfrog figures and cannot wait for the campaign to start. Thanks for letting me use you. Hail, Uncle E. Toy Lines podcast. You talked about the Cyberfrog figures there? I would like to hear that. I would. I like when people talk about Cyberfrog stuff, especially the Cyberfrog toys. All right. Anyway, let's get back to the WB. They don't want Zack Snyder. Sorry, Snyder bronies. Not everybody thinks Zack Snyder is a revolutionary creative person. This guy pisses me off, and I will tell you this. It's not just because I've forgiven him already for calling Jeremy Griggs somebody whose channel, whose videos criticizing Star Wars lead to the mass murder of Asian people outside of massage parlors. I forgive him for that. Snarkcon DM says, how can we be lovers if we can't be friends? Wow, there's a lot of trouble going on in the chat. A lot of passive aggressiveness going on. I've forgiven him for that. What I do not forgive him for is the following. First of all, pick a side. Pick a side, douchey. This group of fans would be on your side. We would be. But now you still have to virtue signal to the boneheads, to the weirdos, to the creeps, to the kid enthusiasts, if you know what I mean, over in Hollywood. We're the reason why all this stuff is happening. They actually sold your Army of Dead. Army of the Dead. Warner Brothers had your Army of the Dead movie. And they sold it to Netflix. They sold it to Netflix. And I got to say, I'm looking at it and I'm going, well, first of all, the only good thing that Zack Snyder ever did was Dawn of the Dead. And I liked Dawn of the Dead. It wasn't perfect. It was a grimy movie in a lot of ways. It made me feel grimy. Yeah, I just don't know where this guy's coming from. But anyway, his Army of the Dead is bragging that his zombies are faster, smarter, and more organized. Sir, those are called vampires, you a-hole. And this is, again, part of what... Oh, all right, hold on a second. Let me get into this here. Zack Snyder's Army of Dead. First of all, why are you hiring this douchebag, Dave Bautista? Trump deranged weirdo on Twitter. Complaining all day long about Trump. Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead posters are Las Vengeance. Very good. It's zombies in Las Vegas. I get it. I love zombies, of course. I have a theory about politics and zombies and politics and vampires. I've said this a few times. I've explained this to you guys, and some of you know what I'm talking about. Look at the bisexual lighting on this. This whole thing is so fucking confused. This is why it's confused. Zack Snyder, again, is somebody who was canceled by these big corporations. Zack Snyder is somebody who understands what it is like to be canceled and then to still rise up on his own. This is somebody who should, rise up on his own with the help of the fans and the customers, by the way. You know, getting canceled from Warner Brothers, getting your entire plans for, hey, I'm the DCEU guy. I'm the guy, the architect of all these DC movies. I'm the Joss Whedon of the DCEU. And then suddenly having that rug pulled out from under you. The only way that you get up again after that is because of the customers. It's because of the fans. It's because of the fans. The only reason why I am still here is because of you guys. I'm, getting sincere, being sincere after I'm talking like a jackass here. The only reason why we're still making comics and why we are so successful, and the only reason why Dale Keown is working on Cyberfrog right now, and all of my dreams are coming true is because of you. I wouldn't be able to do this by myself. SJWs and the big corporations that have embraced and support their agenda dealt me a death blow. And they dealt one to Zack Snyder too. I would not be able to do what I'm doing if it wasn't for you. Zack Snyder would not be able to do what he's doing if it wasn't for the support, the grassroots support of his lunatic fan base. And I'm sorry, I know some of you are in the audience, but you mentioned Zack Snyder's name in a way that's, I don't know. I'm not crazy about this guy. They will come after you. They'll come after you. My fans do the same thing, and I love them for it, honestly. It's like somebody sitting there calling me a white supremacist somewhere on Twitter. My fans show up and say, no, he is not. And I appreciate that. That's great. Zack Snyder's fans, however, if you just say, yeah, I just don't like his movies that much, then they come after you, and that's fucking insane. But anyway, Zack Snyder should understand, like, he is completely fan-powered right now. Everything that he's doing is because of grassroots. All of his support. He is going to be an independent, like he's a big filmmaker who is basically being elevated and made into an independent auteur because of the support of his incredibly supportive fans. So he should be with us, but he's not. And then on the other hand, he's supportive of people like Dave Bautista, who was a big cancel culture advocate, an enormous cancel culture advocate. And then he's got these bisexual lighting posters that evoke SJW. I don't understand. I don't get it. And then on top of that, this is very subtle, but this is a real thing. I've pointed out to you guys that the mood of the country, the mood of the United States. I don't know if this extends beyond the United States. I haven't really done that kind of solid research, but you can tell where the country is politically in its mood, depending on what is more popular right now and what is being asserted in the culture. When people are feeling more liberally minded, when the left is empowered or about to become empowered, vampire shit, becomes very, very popular. In the 1990s, you had an aggressive slew of vampire projects to match the Clinton administration. It all went away with Bush. Bush just made zombies, including Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead, which largely kicked off the zombie craze, made that popular. It sort of faded back to vampires in 2007 with 30 Days of Night, which was kind of like a zombie vampire movie. Like the zombies were, or the vampires were like zombies. They were plentiful. They acted like zombies. And here you have Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead, and it's like he introduces his new group of zombies by saying they're smart, they're fast, and they're organized. That's not a zombie. I don't know what that is, but it isn't a zombie. I would say it's a vampire. I would say it's a vampirish kind of ghoul. You are a very confused man, Zack Snyder. Zombies that have the ability to think and that can organize are vampires. So you're saying something different here. I understand that. I don't know if I like it. I just don't know if that's what I want to see. Seems kind of silly to me. I'm still going to watch the movie because I watch every zombie movie, but I don't know. It annoys me. Anyway, surrounding all of this, Zack Snyder is moaning and groaning. Zack Snyder makes it clear the Snyderverse is over and won't be continuing. Sorry, I told you. That's the way it was going to be. Justice League responds, director of Justice League responds to a fan that Warner Brothers doesn't want him. In a post on Vero, Zack Snyder released a behind-the-scenes image of the Jon Stewart Green Lantern scene that Warner Brothers put the kibosh on. Not only did Zack Snyder offer the Green Lantern scene won't see the light of day, but when a fan remarked, "Thank you, sir, for everything. Warner Brothers does not deserve you at all," Snyder replied, "Nor want me." God, everybody's so emo. These big corporations don't want me. Just a couple of days ago, saw Zack respond to Warner Brothers releasing the 4K trailer of Whedon's Justice League movie with a line from his Army of Dead flick coming to Netflix. "Crossing the line," Snyder said. Now we know Zack wasn't kidding around. As again, Zack makes it clear Warner Brothers doesn't want him or the Snyderverse. That's you don't say. Zack, you don't say. One of your agents, Ray Fisher, is demanding, he's a PR nightmare. He's demanding everybody over there get fired. He's rallying the internet against Toby Emmerich and all of the bigwigs over at Warner Brothers and implying that everybody's racist. Why don't you tell him to shut the fuck up? Like, if I were you, that's what I would say. Like, if you're going to moan and groan about how Warner Brothers doesn't want you, you know why that is, right? It's because Ray Fisher, who is your biggest cheerleader and who enjoys your support, is single-handedly trying to smear all of Warner Brothers. And I don't care. I watch it and laugh. I think it's funny. I have no use for Warner Brothers or Ray Fisher, not really Zack Snyder either. I guess out of every party, I would be most interested in Zack Snyder's success. But, it's like, why are you whining that they don't want me? They don't want you because you're a huge liability. Like, laugh at them. They sold your Army of Dead movie to Netflix. That's great. That's good. A fan also questioned if the Green Lantern scene will ever see the light of day. Zack replied, "I don't think so, but I have a rad still." So here it is. This is Jon Stewart here. Let me see if I can blow this up somehow. Yeah, this would be Jon Stewart. He looks great. I have no complaints about this, as somebody who drew Jon Stewart Green Lantern quite a few times. In fact, as somebody who basically like reestablished how Jon Stewart looks and how his powers work, how his energy pattern manifests itself. I had a lot to do with what separated Jon Stewart from the other Lanterns and what made his powers uniquely manifest themselves. It was all in Green Lantern Rebirth. People were astonished by how awesome that was. I just took a bow. I just humbly took a bow. It's not like I talk about it all the time. But yeah, of course I'm amazing. This does look like Jon Stewart. I approve. And so we got that, and then we got him standing here. And I guess they would put the Green Lantern suit in over the green here. They're filming him. He's never going to get to be Green Lantern, though. Cosmic book news is now almost entirely stuff about Zack Snyder. I guess they're just like, there are people who are part of the culture war. And I mean, I am too. So I recognize all these guys and we all talk about each other. Tired of it. All right, let me, Sketch Therapy says, keep paying, bitches. You talk so much shit and in the end have so little to say. I did what to who? Nothing to you, did I? Keep talking shit, war campaign. Pay more, bitches. So that's Sketch Therapy, who's getting his chats read for free. Part of it is if you're just interesting and I just happen to see what you say, catch you, you don't have to pay $5. I end up reading your chat because it's fun. All right, let me look at these super chats and I will read them and get caught up. Thank you to everybody who is sending them. There are a lot of people who are sending me money because, I don't know, they know I'm sick. They know I'm on the way out. They're just like, yeah, Ethan might not live to see tomorrow. Now is the time to send him $5 USD to make him make fun of Sketch Therapy. Let's make let's make one of Ethan's final acts. Let's make his last words making fun of Sketch Therapy. I don't, it's not necessarily what I would want my last words to be, but that's what super chats are. I mean, Preston Heron says, I went to my local comic shop this week to get the new Windsor Smith book, Wearing Your Hoodie. The shop owner asked what All Caps Comics was. I responded, the future. Oh, thank you, Preston. That's great. Jay Gatt for $5 says, my Sunbeam, my Caesar. Well, thanks, Jay Gatt. Thank you for being here. Let me see. Put on the camera and bring on the boys, says Emperor J. Bama fan. I put the camera on. I'm just not feeling so great. I don't want to worry about, what happens if, what if I sneeze? I don't want to put on the camera for that reason. Sorry. Pilgrim Media says, hail the Frog King from Tampa, Florida. Rhino4563 says, Uncle, 25 days in the hospital with Rona. First day home from the hospital, my cards and all caps sculpts were waiting for me. Score, Yanks are better than Philly. Comicsgate for life. Thank you, Rhino. OC Steve says, looking forward to the Dale Keown shirts. Any other apparel in the works? Cyberfrog Zubaz. I don't know what Zubaz are. Kyleritter says, email. And so we found out what Kyle wanted to show us. Emmer God says, Ethan, why don't you make a TikTok? I don't know what it is. I don't know what TikTok is. I don't know what I would do with it. What would I do with TikTok? Alan Reese says, Heather Antos, take the offer. You're not going to get any more, if any. I disagree. EVS, get Cecil. It's great when the funny man is on. Come on, man. Sell your comic. Red Raven says, love you, Uncle E. I will support you till the very end, brother. Well, that's going to come probably tomorrow morning, the way I'm feeling right now. 200 Watt Studio says, F yes, thank you for the stream. Had a bad weekend. Slayer Sigma Zeta says, would you consider, I read that one. Yes, I would consider myself conservative-ish, moderate. 200 Watt Studio says, fast recovery, sir. Josiah Haynes says, you say you're sick, but are you down with it? Cody Duffin says, stealing solo is 176 backers from the Anna Magnet. Terminal velocity. Read these. I read that. Star Wars is dead. Yeah, it is. Who wrote this shit? I read that. Poster, please, says Comic Book One. P. Callan says poster. Let's see. We've got more people making fun of sketch therapy, but I read those. Valdez D. Frank says Ms. Marvel is now a purple Green Lantern. Interesting. Yeah, I heard something about that, but I have not bothered to learn about it. I just don't care. I saw the Ms. Marvel costume. I laughed. You know what was really funny? I saw the new Hawkeye costume. I died laughing. He's wearing lavender. Yeah, it's pretty silly. It is a very gay costume. He's got to wear that now in the movies. You know, I worry about that fellow. Are you guys worried about Hawkeye in the movies at all? Some of you are, excuse me, some of you are not worried about him enough. I recommend that you are. You reconsider. Hold on, let me find out. Let me explain to you guys why. All right. Jeremy Renner. I feel like showing this again. I like it when I go back and I look at my old videos. I like my old videos. You know, your mileage may vary, but I do like it. Let me just show you this one about Jeremy Renner. And the fact that he's going to wear a lavender costume now in the MCU is going to strike you as all that much more poignant.
Of Avengers created an app.
There we go. Hold on. Why can I volume? Here's volume. All right, here we go.
Jeremy Renner, star of Avengers, created an app so that his fans could have a good time talking about him. Jeremy Renner didn't know what kind of hell would be unleashed in his name. Breaking news, Jeremy Renner is shutting down the Jeremy Renner app. From Jeremy Renner 16 seconds ago. Goodbye. The app has jumped the shark, literally. Due to clever individuals that were able to manipulate ways to impersonate me and others within the app, I have asked EscapeX, the company that runs this app, to shut it down immediately and refund anyone who has purchased any stars over the last 90 days.
I tried to take a screenshot of me pretend buying $99.99 worth of stars on the Jeremy Renner app, but I used my thumb to take the screenshot and accidentally authorized the payment. I wish this was a joke.
What was supposed to be a place for fans to connect with each other has turned into everything I detest and can't or won't condone. My sincere apologies for this to have not turned out the way it was intended. To all the super fans who have supported me with your words or encouragement, amazing art, stories, and time shared on the app, a genuine thank you.
Really regretting all those Renner stars I purchased 91 days ago. How did it literally jump the shark? We don't deserve anything good.
Jeremy Renner sucks.
There was a Jeremy Renner app?
I do not accept this apology.
Jeremy Renner, what have you done?
This is so upsetting. Being a big-time Jeremy Renner fan, I've had so much fun on this app since it came out, making new friends, and even getting my adult children signed up. My wife and I announced our divorce on here, and now, thanks to a few bad apples, all that is lost. Just a damn shame.
These are the words of people in crisis. Jeremy Renner fans who believed in him, bought his app, clicked on it, only to see this staring back at them, the watchful, comforting eyes of Jeremy Renner. Jeremy Renner will protect his fans from trolls and abuse. But what happened here? What happened?
And there we go. The old intro. Yeah, that's called it's a good video. If you want to know more about what happened to the Jeremy Renner app, that video is called "What the Fuck R.I.P. Avengers Star Jeremy Renner's official Jeremy Renner app about Jeremy Renner." Feel free. I mean, go watch that video and learn a little something about Jeremy Renner. All right, why? Let me see. Uncle E, I got the gout. I read that one. Here's a profane super chat. Let me see here. E, please give a shout out. Oh, I feel like I've read a lot of these now. We faithful believers of Skyver Non are truly grateful to the one true Pie Man. Saved us from the Skyverless weekend. Hail chat, says Sam Spade. Shanth and Jetty says, those are called vampires. Crack me up. Thank you, Sean. Glitch says, E, did manage to check if the YouTube cards got sent to the UK. I haven't received mine yet, so getting concerned. Well, I'll check tomorrow. I mean, we have them all packed up. You know, it's just a matter of stuff going to the UK right now. Tricky. It's just tricky. We're getting our VAT number, and we're going to send a whole shitload of stuff to the UK. It's just not going to arrive. Amateur Ant, don't worry. We will take care of you. We are on top of this. It is probably our second biggest concern every single day. Amateur Ant says, Sketch Therapy, stop denying our love. You know what happened that night in Puerto Rico. Stop deflecting with people trying to hurt EVS, Anna, and Malin. Benjamin Peterson says, hey, Uncle E just tuned in. Hope you feel better soon. Got my cards this morning, and it made my day when I saw the human sunbeam sticker. Michael Von Doom says, Snyder is an awkward dude that has no social skills. He relied on idiots who believe SJW tactics work. Whoops. That's right, Michael Von Doom. Antoine Dennison says, EVS, you would be successful without comic books. Sometimes your charisma and acerbic rhetoric gives me chills. Like on the Black Twitter stream. The Black Twitter stream. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got yelled at for that. People said that it was not funny for me to sit there on one of my live streams and just read 300 tweets making fun of. They were just black people dunking on Brian Hitch, Marvel artist Brian Hitch. Or DC artist? It was DC? DC artist Brian Hitch for 300 tweets. They said that was too much. I said, I think that the fact that it was too much was what was funny about it. But other people disagreed. Your mileage may vary, but I'm glad you liked it. I Said Hi says, that's not a vampire. It's a hairless werewolf. Max Santiago says, Von Klaus did amazing with Monster MD. Yeah, I got to agree. The book reads really, really well. I got my copy of it. And enjoyed it. Snarkticon DM says, how does it feel to be disavowed, Zach? And then he laughs while he cries, and then a middle finger in the air. Amateur Ant says, Zack Snyder should have picked Sketch. He's already half robot, especially Sketch's ding dong. All right, so there are people who are saying that Sketch Therapy has a robot penis. Sketch, I don't know why they're saying this tonight. This is weird. Romero's Day of the Dead had Bub. That zombie could think and took revenge over how he was treated, says Michael Von Doom. I know, and I thought it was dumb. I mean, the idea that dead bodies evolve is really, it just kills what zombies are. I just see zombies as corpses that still have some nerves left in them. They're unthinking creatures that only want to eat, even though they gain no nourishment from eating. I like that idea. The idea that zombies could get smarter and their brains could start. No. Urashima Otaru says, if we want to get into the mythology of these things, most pop culture zombies are not actually zombies. They're usually ghouls or some other undead. Well, that's true. I mean, zombies, of course. They're, what are they? They're like witch doctors shit. I don't know. I don't like that kind of zombie either. I do like the ghouls. I like the undead. Snarchcon DM says, when you fulfill all my stuff, you have my permission to die. Thank you, Snarchcon DM. And then he also says, time for you to go out like Elvis. I think I've outlived Elvis. I think Elvis lived to be 42. So I already dunked on Elvis Presley. Amateur Ant says, I've had the Kung Flu since Friday. Sketch Therapy gave it to me. I can't taste or smell anything. It's been a week. Boonta the Hut says, hey, Ethan, did you ever work with Norm Brayfogle when you were at DC? I loved his Batman books when I was a kid. No, I never worked with Norm Brayfogle. We had a little bit of a thing on Facebook where Norm Brayfogle was, I don't know, he was a liberal, and we used to argue because I was a Republican. He didn't like that. And I don't know what it is with liberals. God bless Norm Brayfogle. I know he passed on, but I don't understand these people. We were at an awards ceremony in Detroit, a comic book awards ceremony. I think it was the Inkwell Awards, and I was going to be one of the presenters. Okay, I had to give up and get up there in front of everybody and then award somebody the Inkwell Award for like best artist or something like that. And Norm Brayfogle came right before me. He was supposed to present to the winner before he was the presenter before me. So he got up there and he gave this weird ass speech where he was just like, yeah, I've never received one of these awards, but that's okay because I don't value awards. Anyway, the winner of this, and he literally said that. I think there's probably a video of it on YouTube. And I couldn't believe it. I'm like, why are liberals like this? Why are you guys like this? You don't know how to behave at an awards ceremony? So I had to get up after him, and I just said, you know what? I've received maybe 1 or 2 awards in comics, and I value them. I do value them. I value whether it's my peers or whether it's fans or whoever it is that takes the time to let me know that I'm doing a good job. I think awards are important, and the person who wins this award should know that it's something that they should appreciate. And so I got a little bit of an ovation over that. I don't understand. I feel like comic book people are fucking weird. I feel like they're damaged. How do you get up there and say some stupid shit like that? How do you get up there and go, yeah, look, make it about yourself, first of all. And then the second thing that you do is sit there and go, yeah, this award doesn't mean anything. It just doesn't mean anything. I don't value this award. Anyway, here's the winner of this award. And then somebody's got to awkwardly go up there and claim it like, well, apparently this is shit that I'm being handed. Drives me nuts. And I mean, this is all around. Like, this attitude is pervasive in comics. They're SJWs. They do not know how to just behave like normal people. So I did great. Of course I did. You guys know I'd be a fantastic presenter. I should present the Oscars. But I did get up there and I re-added value to this award. And I explained why it's important and why people receiving awards, what that means and what it should mean, and that, it's important and that you should be proud of yourself and we're proud of you and all that stuff, because I'm a grown-up somehow. How am I a grown-up? Why don't I get to be the immature jackass? I am an immature jackass. Why am I the least immature jackass in a room full of comic book professionals? Anywhere else, I'm the most immature jackass. Anywhere else. You put me in a room of comic book professionals, and I'm the least immature jackass. Maybe it's because I have kids. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. I grew up in most ways that actually matter. So my Norm Brayfogle story is that. And then the second thing is, this guy would call me all kinds of names. He was really rude to me. We were at a convention. I think it was at that very same convention. And Norm was walking around. He wanted to draw, and he didn't have any paper. He left all his paper at home. So I went over to him and I gave him a $40 pad of paper. And I just said, here you go, man. Draw. You are somebody who should be drawing. Here is some paper for free, from me to you. I'm always out there setting a good example. I'm always out there being good. Even to those who despitefully use me, who hate me. Who did that? Who else set that example? Was it Jesus or was it Elvis? It was one of those two. I like those guys. So Norm Brayfogle, an amazing artist, fantastic artist. But yeah, just again, my memories of him are just this culture. I think of him and the way like he used to talk about me, and then the stuff I heard him say, and I would just be like, duh. Anyway, rest in peace. What is this? Breaking. Anthony Hopkins, dead at 83. Oh my God, you're not even, this is not true. Hold on a second here. A lot of people are messing with me today. Almost everybody is messing with me. Yeah, it would be all over Twitter. It's not on Twitter, so, you know, that dude is still alive, I'm pretty sure. You know, the top story on Twitter right now is Billie Eilish covers the June 2021 issue of British Vogue. Couldn't be less important. I don't think there is less important news anywhere than that. Horrendous. All right, let me read some more super chats here. Now that I've just gone off, I'm just angry at stuff. Christopher Gorey says, "Good sir, feel better soon, and please avoid a gravy-coated Kelsey Shannon. Fatness alone, fitness together." The Salty Vet says, "Hail EVS, big time fan of the channel. Can't wait to get my frog books. You all inspired me to start my own channel. Check me out on YouTube and Odyssey. Keep rocking it. Your friend, the Salty Vet." The Salty Vet, what a great name. Geck812 says, "Jeremy Renner is watching you always." And then there are like all these eyeball emojis that make me feel uncomfortable. I don't want Jeremy Renner to watch me. Sean Hollywood says, "Cost of the highest tier of Red Extermination." Usually you get drawn into Red Extermination for like $5,000 or $2,500 or something like that. But the highest tier for books and not original art or not anything like, beyond that and special will be $200. We are going to have the Red Extermination box as usual. The red box. Red box. Has anybody trademarked that yet? Red box. Sounds good. Alberto Bonsanto says, alt comics industry should have annual awards. Yeah, we could do that. I mean, we could give ourselves awards. I wouldn't be against that. Herwinberg quickly points out fake news. Anthony Hopkins is still alive. Well, for now. Billy Idol is better than Billie Eilish, says Henry Bemis. Yes, I will agree with that. Billie Eilish, she's all right. I saw her already. I saw her at the same concert where I saw, what's her name? God, and I had the pink t-shirt. I can't remember her name now. Anyway, I saw Billie Eilish. It wasn't that big of a deal. Wilberforce Wooster says, "Since you made a trailer of Wreck Planet with Troubles coming, does that mean Red Extermination will have Oblivion?" You are reading my mind. I sat there and I listened to the new album all the way through, and a couple of tracks stood out, but Oblivion was like, holy shit. Like they get me. I mean, these guys get me. I understand. They understand how I feel. Their song "Who Needs Friends" was so perfect. Go listen to the lyrics of "Who Needs Friends." It's Comicsgate. But yeah, Oblivion would be great for Red Extermination. But we'll find something. The song kind of just jumps out at me. I'll be sitting there listening to anything, and then I'll just kind of go, "Whoa, this song." Oh, by the way, Wreck Planet wasn't Troubles Coming. That was Warts and All. Wreck Planet was "Sun Ain't Gonna Shine" by Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. But a song will jump out at me, and then I'll be like, yeah, this is how I feel. This is the inspiring thing, behind Red Extermination. Whew. I'm not feeling so good. I'm trying, guys. I'm doing my best. Let me see. Charlie XCX apparently sings. Haven't noticed. She does. She does sing. She's a pretty good pop star. I like Charlie XCX. But I had a crushing moment where, what's his name? Cena Grace, writer of Gay Iceman, created a new character called Drummer Boy. How do we find this here? This is obscene. This is almost obscene. And let's see if I can. Every day I suffer. Every day I look at what's going on around me and I go, no, stop. Stop this right now. That's what being a conservative is. Buckley said being a conservative means standing astride history and yelling stop. And I'm like, yes, stop it, everyone. All right, so Cena Grace. I have no problem with Cena Grace. I have no problem with this guy, but he has a character for Pride Month. Open image in the new tab. And a lot of people, a lot of these SJWs, particularly gay SJWs, I think that's redundancy, but they're creating these characters for Pride Month, superheroes. Now, SJWs don't really like comics. They don't really like superheroes. It doesn't really matter to them. It isn't something that they take seriously. It's just campy fun for them. They have a very kind of generic idea of what a superhero is and what a comic book should be. Therefore, don't be surprised when you see that Cena Grace has created this character called Drummer Boy. This is a boy. This would be, I think it's a male. Real name is Aaron Mack. Height is 5'8". Weight is 290-ish pounds. Drummer Boy has some powered drum pads, wears these gloves here, makes white supremacist signs, with the fingers, 2 earrings, I got a belly and I got a bum. Big fat womanly pig. Stockings to keep warm. So actually wearing, even though it looks like they're bare legs, there are stockings evidently, okay, to keep warm. Half gloves. See all the stars and hearts all around. This is what disturbed me about this. Cena Grace drew this, I guess. He signed it, Cena Grace here. That's the autograph. Favorite music, Sophie, who is dead, rest in peace. And then the next one, Charlie XCX. Charlie XCX. Billie Eilish is on this list. Lord. Harry Styles. Lady Gaga. Just listed all of these famous pop stars here. Haley Williams. Maluma. I don't know who that is. Haim. I know that group. Boy Genius. Perfume Genius. Interests include music, practical activism, the 90s as a vibe. The 90s as a vibe. Cartoons, and delegitimizing all binaries. What about good and bad? What about those two binaries? Like some comics are good and some are bad. Let's delegitimize that. Why does there need to be quality versus shit? Why can't there be something in between that is just not real? Like there's no judgment to be made about it. It just isn't really a comic book. It just isn't really sincere. It's not really trying. So it is not quality, and it's not really shit. It's just like, what would it be? Like, how would you describe somebody who doesn't even really try? And here's the thing, if you don't try, it doesn't matter if you succeed or fail. If you're just pissing around, my character is Drummer Boy. He likes Lady Gaga. He looks like a fat woman. And he plays powered drum pads. Wears stockings because it's cold. If you're not really trying and you fail, does it matter? See, that would be the binary that gets shut down. It's like, if you're not trying and this is all just a big goof, like, who cares? I guess the only person who loses is the customer. If you're entering a contest, or if you're entering the free market and you're trying to create comic books, but you're not really trying to create them for anybody, you're not really actually trying to get anybody on board, and you fail to get anyone on board, you weren't really trying anyway. Did you really fail? No. That is breaking down the binary of good and bad and eliminating it. And I think that's going on in comics left and right. If we don't really try, if we're not actually putting ourselves on the line, if we're not actually being sincere in anything we do, and everything that we do is campy, ironic, and not really for anybody, we're just filling the shelves with useless, worthless, undesired shit for nobody, just for the sake of getting a little article somewhere that says, this is my creation, Drummer Boy. He's 5'8", weighs 290 pounds. He looks like a fat girl. He plays power drum pads and he listens to pop music. It's like, yeah, who's it for? Nobody. It's not for anyone. It just exists so that Cena Grace could have something said about Cena Grace on the internet. Congrats. This is what I would like to say. I'm going to presume that you are trying. I'm going to say that this is your best effort. I'm going to assume that because I live in a universe in which people don't do shit without trying really hard. Like there would be, I live in a universe in which when you put a comic book out there, when you put a comic book character out there, you're trying with all your heart and might to connect with an actual audience, to entertain real people. I come from a universe where the only real measure of success and failure is financial profits. It's actual people purchasing your comic book and enjoying it, talking about it, wanting to know about it. When you can actually convince them that the world that you've created is real and they have questions about it and want to know what happens in the next issue, that is the measure of success and failure. And I do not understand anything other than that. I can't comprehend it. I still live in a very binary world of men and women and failures and successes. And I think I'd put it to you that that's a good world. It's a very good world. Makes sense. And it's okay. You can still be a little goofy. You can still wear peacock feathers on your head. But at the end of the day, what are you trying to accomplish here? What is this? What is this? So I will say, fail. You failed. This sucks. In the binary world of quality and shit, this has been judged to be shit. And it's absurd and funny. Like, it's funny how bad it is. Like, it's so bad that it's funny. You know? And it's almost ridiculous to have to say it. Like, it's almost weird to have to actually say that this is so bad that it's funny. Because I know that you didn't mean it. You know, I look at this and I know this isn't a sincere effort in the industry that I've given my life to. In the industry, in the business in which I personally have spent the last 30 years of my life trying to become proficient enough to entertain a sophisticated audience. Here come SJWs to piss all over the audience, to make jokes, to be funny clowns. And so I got to look at this and I got to just be like, no, this sucks. And if I saw this, I would laugh. And I would laugh at this and I would laugh at you. And I would say, stop it. Whatever you're trying to do, just stop it. And you would say, should I try harder? Maybe practice more? I'd be like, nah, I don't think so. Let's call this game. Let's call this game on account of soy. I don't think you're really trying. I don't think that you care about this. Had a little argument with your boy Zach today. Because your boy Zach gets angry about comics, man. He gets pissed. He gets pissed about what's going on here. He titled his channel Comics Matter. And I said to him, I don't think comics do matter. I don't think there's ever been a comic book that matters. And like Zach was pissed over that. Like he came back at me. He had to walk away for a little bit. He came back and said, I'm really angry that you said that comics don't matter. And I said, well, define matters. Do they matter? Are they changing the world? Is anything that we're doing changing the world? It's important to a small group of people. Like I've given my entire life to a completely low stakes industry. There's nothing here that is worth fighting so hard over. And yet here we are because it's important to us. But I mean, even the most important comic books, the people go, this is important. Mouse. Is that really important? Does it matter? No, it's art. It's art for a very small audience. Didn't change anything. No comic book has been so incredibly amazing that it has protected an industry from this bullshit. This is still being tolerated. So how much could comics matter? And that's what all this comes down to. It's like this is an industry that doesn't take itself seriously. And it's like, I sit there and I go, why do I take it so seriously? Because no, I think comics are frivolous entertainment at their best. I want to work really hard. This is my life. I want to spend my life making pamphlets that amuse people for 15 minutes. Just take people's minds off whatever and give them something to think about when they're doing backbreaking work every single day. Give them a weird little fantasy world to escape to. That's what I want to spend my life doing. Does it matter? I mean, I guess it's just a question of your opinion. I don't know. I don't think I'm changing the world. Do comics matter? No. They matter to me, though. They matter to Zach. They matter to you, I think. They don't matter to this person. They just don't matter to this person. And I don't think they matter to themselves anymore. Not the way that they used to. This is a joke. We're letting people just kind of make fun of comics. We're hiring and paying people to make fun of comics, an industry that gave us people who we, presume to be geniuses. Frank Miller, Walt Simonson, John Byrne. Before that, I mean, just people who devoted their lives to learning a trade, learning how to draw Superman, like Kurt Swan, spending his entire life being the guy who drew Superman through the 1950s and 1960s, the house style, what Superman looked like, and, died in poverty, devoted his life to that, though. And, turns out it doesn't matter. It turns out that this is that industry in 2021. Like we haven't adapted. We haven't grown. We don't respect ourselves. We just allow this. I don't want it. I just don't want it. I don't want to be a part of this. I can't be a part of this. How can I work as hard as I worked on Sinestro Corps and be in the same industry where this kind of stuff happens? Where the X-Men go to the Hellfire Gala and the entire story premise is costume designs. Everybody gets to show up dressed like Lady Gaga. I just can't do that. That's not me. That's not what I'm doing. That's not where I'm coming from. It just doesn't matter. I got to do my own thing. I just got to do my own thing. How did they let this happen to themselves? How did the mainstream allow this to happen? I just don't get it. I mean, we talk about it all the time. We talk about how weakness, we allowed these sort of, predators, these activists to come in and just sort of take over and ruin comics and just ruin this industry, just like they're ruining everything else. And just weak people. I mean, people who we used to have standards. We used to be like, no, you are not ready. You are not ready to work in Marvel Comics. Go back and study How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way by John Buscema. Learn the skills. Learn your basics. You are not ready. And we have writers like Chris Claremont. He is the standard bearer. He is how this is what comics are meant to feel like and be like. We're creating these real worlds that people can immerse themselves in, full of characters that seem real, that have real, defined, definitive personalities and real problems. And every single month, we can get people to pay us 75 cents or $1 or $1.50 to immerse themselves in this world with these characters that they know and that feel real and true, you know, who live lives on paper that seem real. And the stories are alive with violence and sex, high stakes, fun. And now look at them. Like, all of those people have been allowed to just, they've just kind of moved aside. And basically, for the greater good of society, we've got to allow people whose entire purpose is not to tell great stories. It's just to make sure that every quota box is checked. Do we have enough? Do we have enough Black people writing comics? If not, we've got to find some and tell them they need to write comics. Do we have enough trans people? We got a couple. They got to move to the head of the line. We need more gays. And this is the whole thing. Like, these people can only, we got to create characters whose entire identity and their entire stories are derived around their skin color and their sexual identities. And then we got to get creators who also share in those superficial facts and let them write these comics. And they don't care. I mean, they really just don't care. I see this and I just go, I don't know. I don't want to be a part of this. I've got to create my own thing. I've got to be off on my own. And I think there are other people out there who feel the same way I do and just kind of are at that point. These SJWs have completely destroyed the comic book industry to the point where great talented people are not getting paid what they deserve anymore because there's no money. Nobody is creating anything that's generating an income so that Marvel and DC can actually pay people a living wage. And so now you've got clowns, complete and total clowns like Kelly Sue DeConnick, who features at the beginning of all of my videos right now, the harbinger of the doom, the redheaded harbinger of the doom of the comic book industry, who's sitting there saying, I mean, these are people in their 50s. These are adults. These are creative people. These are political radicals, by the way, who are now begging big corporations for corporate welfare, who have tried to unionize. They don't understand that you cannot have a union if you have no leverage, and nobody needs you. Nobody needs you in comics. They'll find somebody else who will do it cheaper. The idea of unionizing in comics is one of the saddest things I'd ever heard. So failing to unionize, we've got these people now saying, well, we should just be paid for research and development. These people have completely given up trying to sell paper pamphlet stories anymore. They know that their stories cannot make money. They can't make money. They cannot sell comic books anymore. They need to be paid a living wage to just make comics that do not make money. Fire these people and start over again. Oh, God, it's absolutely infuriating. But in the meantime, let's have more articles about Cena Grace and Drummer Boy, who wears tights on his legs because it's cold. And he likes Lady Gaga. By all means, let's make the comic book industry descend into that. No standards. Erase all binaries. Sorry, guys. Hold on a second. Well, it's Sunday, I'm gonna give me my sermon here. I didn't mean to. Anyway, like I said, I'm not feeling well. I'm sick and all this stuff, but I'm glad that I did a live stream. And I'm glad I got to be with you guys. Hold on, one more time. I'm like coughing. All right, let me see. Let me try to get through these super chats. And thank you guys for sending them. I so appreciate you. I tell you, I love you. I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing without you. I get angry. I'm grateful to have you as an audience. I'm grateful that you guys support me and buy my stuff. I'd be in real trouble without you. I would be stuck. I wouldn't be allowed to. I wouldn't have the energy. I wouldn't have the. I wouldn't have the engine without you guys, without this YouTube channel, without my peers in Comicsgate, to make a stand and try to save comics. No, comics don't matter. Not in the grand sense, but they matter to me, and I think they matter to you, and they matter to a lot of people. And I still want to spend the rest of my life doing something that makes people happy, and so that's what I'm going to do. All right, let me read super chats. Like I said, thank you. Oh God, hate being sick. Adam D says this will be the decade of the indie creator and small business. While corporations are pressured to hire diversity over talent, I'm determined to now finish my book because even I can write better. Alberto Bonsanto says comics and any artistic expression impact on culture, which also influences society and politics. The right has left those spaces open for the left. I know. Why? Why did we do that? We got fooled. We got bamboozled. We got swindled. We got tricked. We got run amok by SJWs. And those of you in comics who are not SJW, shame on you. Shame on you for letting it happen. Shame on you for hoping it stops. Take a stand. Sarkticon DM says, if you start singing, I Gotta Be Me, I'm refunding. I might. Sarkticon DM says, if comics matter, Zach should fulfill them faster. That's fucked up. He is. Zach is doing everything he can. He really is. Divine Legend says, that's why they will fail in the end. You're the next generation of the industry. I love what you do. Fuck yeah. Thanks, Divine Legend. Ralphie Repulsive says, comics as an art form matter. The comics industry doesn't matter. Antoine Dennis says, comics are modern myths like Jesus and Allah. Amateur Ant says, sketch therapy knows about soy. I love him, but I still made him toss my ramen noodles the other night. Boy. Scootran says, looks like comedian Tim Dillon. Crack Rock says, this is hell. Shut up, Crack Rock. Hopefully you're talking about the drummer boy and not me trying to give my lecture. You're always welcome. The Fandom Stranger says, careful about shitting on comics. Perch will cry in another video. Hard to grow comics when the left act like Wile E. Coyote with a new trap for us. I've been trying to listen to Perch videos. Zach really likes Perch, so I think they're pretty dry. I like what he says most of the time, but I don't know. I like what I say better. Russell Hall says, drummer boy is Cecil, 40 pounds heavier and half as gay. P. Callan says, we call this total trash. Divine Legend says, who knew jilted nerds would be the counterculture? Not the Undies says, my 5-year-old loves Cyberfrog. He made characters in Roblox with the parts he could find. As much as he loves Cyberfrog, he is a bigger fan of Sal and wants hats and beanies. Hey, Not the Undies. That's great. Okay, cool. I love that. I really do feel like my characters will resonate with kids. I see Cyberfrog, I see Salamandroid, I see kids when they see the PVCs. Kids light up. Like they really like my characters, and that is awesome because I'm writing Cyberfrog and Salamandroid for me when I was at age 13. Like it would have been tremendously appealing to 13-year-old Ethan Van Sciver, who first discovered the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Spawn and all the great comics that I love, and still love at the age of how old am I? 46. Still love that. I'm still I still want comics to be the kind of stuff that I liked when I was younger. Those comics are still appealing to me. And people grow up and they go, no, I prefer to just read Vertigo books. No, I still want fun, flashy, colorful superhero stuff. That's still what appeals to me. So I'm glad that that's the way I am. I think that, you know, the fact that that's what I am interested in producing, you know, hopefully kids will find Cyberfrog too. Braden Dykstra says, try real honey. Feel better, bro. Okay. Alberto Bonsanto says, I propose the following awards: best comic, best story, best script, and best art. Angry Benneling says, why don't you feel so good? What happened? I don't know. It's just cold and flu that's going around. You know, it's definitely not COVID or anything like that. It's just hay fever, allergies, you know, all that stuff. I really don't know. I always get sick this time of year. And frankly, I haven't been sick in a year and a half. So this is the first time kind of, I guess I had it coming. I guess, I don't know. But yeah, it sucks. I hate being sick. I really, like, I try to draw and I just feel my sinuses pound and, you know, ache and stuff. Let's see. Sultan of Zanzibar says, EVS, I think you're forgetting an important point. If they dismantle the oppressed versus the oppressor binary concept, their arguments all fall apart. When? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, everybody is either oppressed or an oppressor to them. Twitter Trash says, get well soon, sir. You owe us comics. I'm going to be drawing. I will be drawing comics. You know, I'm going to be drawing tonight. It's just I don't talk very well. Comic Book One says, frog is love. Snoram11RU says, don't sell yourself short, Ethan. You have a great product we are willing to buy. That's on you, not us. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I appreciate it. I take what I do seriously. I really do. You get my best work. You know, Cyberfrog's the best work I've ever done. And when it comes to All Caps Comics, I'm only seeking the very, very best talent. Not only from the mainstream, because I mean, you know, getting Dale Keown, guys, you have to understand how upset that is making SJWs. You know, you can, you know, there are a lot of comic book professionals who are great, but SJWs will write them off. Like, you've got RT Bear. They'll say bad things about RT Bear. It didn't really matter. He wasn't that big of a deal. Even though RT Bear is an incredibly talented inker who's worked with Jim Lee and been involved in all of the biggest comics, you know, for many, many decades, they'll write him off, but they cannot write off Dale Keown. They just can't. That's a big, enormous cultural shift there when Dale Keown comes over here. And I'm grateful for that. So yeah, they are unhappy about it. I will only seek the best from the mainstream and the best from Comicsgate. When somebody catches my eye, like somebody like Jose Garcia, EJ Morges, these guys who I bring on board, Kanan White, these guys are the guys who draw Cyberfrog stuff and All Caps Comics stuff for me. Just the best of the best. And that's my promise to you. Barb Rogers says, new on Indiegogo, Fleshlight Frogs. Hashtag Frogophile. Oh, yikes. Amateur Ant says, when Biden gets that $4 trillion bill passed, talk about hyperinflation. The USD will be worth 5 cents instead of the 65 cents under Trump. Shaking my damn head. God, it's a nightmare. Absolutely terrible. Let me see here. Not the Undie says, he does. I showed him the PVCs and he flipped his lid over how big Sal is to Cyberfrog. He jumped off his bed and landed in the Cyberfrog PVC pose. That's rad. That's so cool. Thank you for telling me that. That really cheers me up. Let me see. We got a new member, Chandra Marek. Thank you for joining the channel and your support. Joining the channel means pledging $4.99 a month. It's an ongoing recurring super chat, and I try to reward my channel members every now and then with special, like, physical prizes. So, and physical doesn't mean I'm going to touch any of you necessarily. I might come to your house and give you all hugs, but mostly what I'm going to do is make trading cards for you, exclusive trading cards that you will get from time to time for my loyal channel members, and I appreciate you. Just hit that join button and sign up. And let me see. We have like almost 1,300 channel members, more than anyone in the Fandom Menace or Comicsgate. This channel has a really, really good audience that is supportive of what we're doing here, and I very much appreciate you. Let me just show you, since we were asked a couple of times, these are our new t-shirts. This just kills me right here. First of all, finally, we've got the new Choke Slam a Unicorn t-shirt. This is all on Crypto Fashion. Choke Slam a Unicorn. You'll want to wear this. This is a Rainbow the Brute t-shirt, guaranteed to get you anybody who looks at this is going to laugh. You're going to get a high five wherever you go. Choke Slam a Unicorn is really, really cool. It is the slogan of Rainbow the Brute, my new campaign on Indiegogo. And you can get it in all these different colors. Women's sizes, men's sizes. We do go as big as, I think, 5XL for the Zaftig gentlemen among us, of which I am one, as you well know. So you can, there's a link below the description, or in the description of this chat. You can go and order a Choke Slam a Unicorn t-shirt. Also, if you want to be obnoxious and really irritate SJWs, we finally have the authentic Let the Human Sunbeam In t-shirt featuring my smug, grinning, happy face as the sun, like literally the sun in the sky that warms everyone. The All Caps Comics logo is on the sleeve, making this official merchandise. I said make the t-shirt yellow because that's funniest. Zoom in. Can I zoom in? Yeah, here it is. So you can go look. I mean, click on the link and check it out. But this is the t-shirt. You can get it in different colors, but for some reason, yellow is the funniest to me. That's the one that I'm going to probably wear. Green, gray, black, and white as well. And this, they're definitely going to think we're a cult when this t-shirt starts getting worn around, which I expect to see on Twitter. It's going to be funny. And then we've got the Rainbow the Brute and Shiro Pocket t-shirt. This is Rainbow the Brute. It's also got the Choke Slam a Unicorn on the sleeve, which is doubly funny. I'm really into having like artwork on the sleeve now. I demand that get done. My t-shirts need to be of the highest quality. Crypto Fashion t-shirts are of excellent quality. I mean, these t-shirts they're not Hanes beefy tees. They don't feel like burlap. They really feel like Calvin Klein t-shirts. They hold up in the wash. They're comfortable. They're soft. And really, the t-shirts that I got made 3 years ago from Crypto Fashion are still in rotation. They're still in my drawer, and they still feel great and fit great. And that, of course, the Fandom Menace t-shirt, Soila, one of our best-selling t-shirts. All of the All Caps Comics t-shirt, which you should definitely get one of if you don't have one yet. Here's another one in red. Looks like a record company, I think here, All Caps Comics. Go to the link here and please support the channel by buying t-shirt merchandise here on Crypto Fashion. We do have the Dale Keown Cyberfrog t-shirt on its way, and we'll be adding the Dale Keown Salamandroid t-shirt soon. Those will be direct to our eBay store, though. I will ask you to please consider promoting or backing Snowman: A Cold Day in Hell. It's very close to 6 figures. If you haven't backed Snowman yet, please do. Back Trent Kanuga's Creed Reimaginary 1 and 2. This is well over 6 figures now. In fact, Trent's Creed Reimaginary 1 and 2, a 2-book bundle, was the first Comicsgate campaign to reach 6 figures, young lady, in 2021. So we're very proud of Trent, and we're very proud of this book. Make sure that you back this book, but also get Cyberfrog Unforgettable Tales #4, which is only available on this campaign. Many of you are getting Unforgettable Tales #3 right now. You know the quality of the Unforgettable Tales books. Unforgettable Tales #4 will be Cyberfrog versus Creed in color with a brand new foil enhanced cover, like all of the Unforgettable Tales books do. Here's what it looks like. What can I tell you? It's going to be fun. I mean, if you are collecting Cyberfrog stuff, do not miss this book. Don't miss the Trent Kanuga version. He's got his own cover on it as well. It's not called Unforgettable Tales when he's doing it. His is just called Creed versus Cyberfrog, but you should still pick up his cover as well. Whew, I'm telling you. And then last but not least, certainly not least, hold on a second. Let me just double check and make sure that I'm not going to dox anyone here. Oh, good. I'm not. Okay. Sometimes I'm sitting there doing fulfillment stuff, and I have the campaign open on people's addresses. Okay, here it is. Rainbow the Brute, a fairy tale satire for real men. Boom.
New from All Caps Comics. Rainbow the Brute, the last real man in fairyland. A tale of prismatic pain, a spectrum of brutality, and a pretty good dad. Choke slam a unicorn by backing it today, only on Indiegogo.
Yeah, that's right. Chokeslam a Unicorn, back Rainbow the Brute. This campaign's doing great. $418,000. We're approaching 420. When we get to 420, you know what's going to happen then, right? Little 420 action. Rainbow the Brute will be the next big campaign. We do have an executive briefcase edition, which is going to look like a lunchbox with all kinds of cool toys in it. It's not getting my attention yet. I barely even promoted Rainbow the Brute. I'm mostly promoting Cyberfrog right now. I'm getting warts and all fulfilled. Then we're going to fulfill Wreck Planet. And then all of my attention is going to go to Rainbow the Brute. And you're going to see some shit. When you see what we do with Rainbow the Brute, you are going to see. Don't wait. You can back it right now. Get an executive briefcase edition. Back the various different books. Get Cool Story Bro. We've got some of the biggest pros in comics already contributing short stories to Cool Story Bro. Basically masculinized, toxic masculinization of fairy tales, done by some of the greatest comic book artists around. All right, so that's that. Anything else I want to promote? Our eBay store still rocking and rolling. You want a baseball cap? We've got them on our eBay store. You want a beanie? We've got them on our eBay store. A few t-shirts, our hoodies, all available to you. Thank you for backing them. We get them out the same day. Excuse me. That's what makes us unique at All Caps Comics. We fulfill same day. You order, we ship. And that is what our eBay stores do. Thank you, guys. I love you. I appreciate you. Let me get last super chats here. And then I'm going to go die. It was nice knowing you all. Gek820. Oh, my God. Hold on. All right. Why sick? A lot of people getting sick after the jab. Take megadose of vitamin D, C, zinc, sleep well, man. Knowing you're loved by many. Watch Dr. Eric Burke. Thank you, Gek812. I'm doing all those things. But still, I mean, this is just what happens. Zaftig means juicy in Yiddish. Doesn't it mean fat, Cars and Deb? Amateur Ant says, sketch therapy. Not all my super chats are about you, my love. And I think that's it. Oh, good. Okay. We got all the super chats. Thank you guys again. Thank you for joining me tonight. I'm going to get to work. I love you all. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for supporting All Caps Comics, Cyberfrog, Trent Canugas Creed, Snowman, and all of our merchandise and apparel. Love you very, very much. And I'll be seeing you. We got a whole new week coming here. Monday is going to be a great work week where good stuff gets done. Cecil says, send me the link. A little too late. Thanks, everyone. Have a great night. Bye-bye.